Hello everyone. Welcome back to Dark Heresy. Been a little bit, but I hope you guys all remember what happened last time. You had a nice long chat with the totally not heretic, absolutely legitimate Ordo Malleus Inquisitor Mercury and his slut Flam.
I would just call them heretics and idiots at some point.
Yep. And then you went on a space travel adventure.
Sounds about right.
Yep. You, well, a servitor was, influenced by the warp to set itself on fire, and in the ensuing conflagration, Cassa almost burned to death.
My poor baby.
Yeah, it was not great. And then you fell through a temporal hole. Because this warp route is cursed. But it's fine. It's totally fine. The temporal hole actually took you exactly where you wanted to go. Shaving several days off of the length of the journey. Like, you just saved a week by going through a time-space anomaly.
You hope you make the effort suspicious this makes me right now.
Okay, Snips, I am going to have to ask you to speak up.
Suspicion. Suspicion intensifies.
Alright. Yeah, I mean, that is fair. You are Inquisitors, you are basically playing Among Us on a galactic level.
Narc is looking kind of sus.
Any Snippy character is pretty sus.
We got that right. Glad you've been paying attention.
But in the end, you, like I said, you made it to where you wanted to go. The Forge World of Vindalex, where everything has gone wrong.
Yeah.
Namely, there is a philosophical dispute. It is predominantly being debated by the actions of Titans and Scitarii Legios. So, you did meet a nice, lovely little tech boy. The Overseer Primus Gage. There we go. Who is the commander of the sole surviving orbital station. And he told you, yep, everything's under control. It's a philosophical dispute. The Fabricator General and Fabricator Locum have disagreed about something. It's fine.
Yeah, the disagreement as an atomic bomb went off directly in front of us.
Yes. That did happen.
There is no war in Botsing, say.
It's just a gender reveal party.
Yep. Bob has just got it. They were hosting a party to celebrate one of the Warlord Titans being born as a girl. Yeah. You guys seemed pretty insistent on getting involved, so... Well, what you gonna do?
This is a cool map.
Yes, I was very happy to find it.
Well then, we're still aboard our ship, right?
Yep.
I really need to get that thing fucking... We really just need to slap a lance on that bad boy.
We should probably ask our friend on the orbital station to relay more information about the situation. Surely he must have reports from the ground.
Speak up.
He's also got, like, shitty equipment that's held together mostly by hope and Ozo.
That doesn't help
which is
me hear him.
Yeah, it's why we're not bitching at him for static and for back and that shit. Just for him being quiet.
Oh, fuck. I thought I was just like, oh, I want to just turn up his user volume. He's at 200%.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, you have no idea what happened to my microphone.
Is
Fucking
it
just-
underwater?
That sounds great. Just keep doing that.
Yeah, we're fine.
Fucking just let us buy you a new one, asshole.
We'll see. Maybe next month.
I have all these fucking Twitch subscribers. They literally give me money to watch this roleplay be good. Let me make it good. I'm not doing it for you, jackass. I'm doing it for them.
Yeah, we can discuss it after the session. Basically, Stray, contact our orbital station buddy to give us more intel about the ground situation.
Oh yeah,
Surely he must. Exactly.
I was gonna do that.
Like step number one, I want to know the warring factions. I want to know the kind of forces they have.
Oh, we got told about Titans.
Well, that's not a number.
All right. So I am going to contact all these fucking notifications. Stop that. I am going to contact Overseer Primus Gage.
Alright. He is where you left him. Namely, just standing over the picked capture.
Overseer Gage, I formally request the timeline of events from first to last.
Understood. Note, I am not capable of providing full intelligence regarding preliminary events. The knowledge is not... this one does not possess the knowledge.
Understood.
The Fabricator General called a halt to all operations in Sector 2D, Sectors 2D and 2E. ruling magi were appraised as to his reasons. The fabricator locum rejected the call and accused the fabricator general of heretical practices. Due to the severity of such accusations, the magi were forced to pick sides. Many are bound by ancient oaths of loyalty to the forges of Clavis and Enzio. As such, their options were limited. The fabricator locum launched a military assault on sectors 2D and 2E, as well as directing a column towards Forge Clavis to arrest the Fabricator General. The Fabricator General directed a column towards Forge Enzio to arrest the Fabricator Locum for treason. Uploading data regarding makeup of forces. Yep, you should be able to see a little box now near the top. That is sectors 2D and E.
Nice.
Conflict has broken out along the main lines between Clavis and Enzio. As such, production has slowed. However, note, we are still meeting tithe obligations. Majos Rubius has declared his intent to remain neutral in the military conflicts, and as such, Forge Albano has been meeting quota. Yep.
Is he here on the planet?
That would be the implication,
Okay,
yes.
okay.
Can we get where he is, too?
He's probably the person that Eloa is going to try to talk to.
Yeah.
Yeah, so what I am going to do is going to mark the primary forge. This is the Forge Fabricator General. And then the Forge of the Fabricator Locum. And then the Forge of Majus Rubius. And just for helping you guys remember which one is which, I'm going to drag out their little tokens and put them in there.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Helps to be on the token layer.
I hope the locum's name is Kane. Damn.
See, you know, I feel predisposed to help Locum, but for no reason whatsoever.
He looks super
But,
Necron-y.
huh?
He looks super Necron-y.
She.
Okay, whatever.
I want to connect USB ports. But
Salute.
let's get the lowdown first.
Yes. Based on the information that Gage is giving you, the two of them both have approximately equal numbers of Scythia and Tech Thrall legions. The Fabricator Locum commands the fealty of 2 Night Houses, whereas the
Ooh.
Fabricator General commands the has the planet's sole Titan Legion on his side. While in a straight-up fight, Titans can definitely kill Knights. Without the support of the smaller walkers, they are at fairly substantial risk of just being outmaneuvered and eliminated in detail.
Well, at least they haven't started whipping up Ordinati.
Yes. Well, none none in those attacking columns, at least. Yes. I suppose I should probably actually for now, until I can do the conveniently readable big grey blob, I'll just put the 2 frontline markers on the token layer. Yes. However, say, Eloa, you know how Forge Worlds work. Would you like to give me a lore admech? This could be common, but if you go up to Scholastic, it'll be a +10. If you go up to Forbidden, it'll be a +20.
Forbidden Lord Admech.
Alright. A brief analysis of the strengths would indicate that this is only around 60% of what the Forge World's military should be. And even accounting for Majos Rubius staying neutral, he is just one Majos. He shouldn't single-handedly command 40% of the strength, so that's still like 30 to 35% unaccounted for.
They're all dead in that one zone. Okay. Trying to remember the name of the race, but then I realized they would not attack here. Enslavers, there's no psychers on an Forge World except for astropaths.
And, ones that are young and but are young enough to not have been tested yet.
That is true.
Even the Mechanicum isn't efficient enough to pick them up literally as soon as they're born.
But, so we have 35% of... Huh? On the loco? Hey, Merzendi, can you click the thing and make it big?
Remind me the shortcut for that?
Shift Z. Yeah, I don't see the sexiness. I can't even discern gender, really. Vaguely female.
I was relying on Stray's compliments to it.
Also, I've seen the whole art, so...
Okay.
There you are, the source image. It is safe for work.
Okay, I thought like from the game, from the Mechanicus game.
No, she looked slightly different.
Yeah.
No. Behold the small robo bosom.
Yeah, she kind of grody, but she got knights, so
Yeah, that's the.
Oh fuck! I just closed I closed
The
the
roll
wrong
20.
thing. I closed my entire browser rather than the one tab.
Oh no.
That'll happen.
it's okay. I'm sure you didn't
Yes,
have like 30 handouts open, right?
No, I didn't.
Not yet.
I didn't actually have anything open except
Oh,
roll
that's
20
good
in
then.
that picture. Yes, I'll just make the alternative big for you.
I mean,
I
he's
guess
even
he's got more
grodier.
eyes.
What's neutral guy looking like?
He looks like a Chad. Oh, never mind.
He looks like a Chad. Oh, wait.
No way.
I mean,
also
he
has a
looks
big
cooler
head.
than the other two, so he's got that going for him.
Yeah, he just looks like a corpse.
Yeah, like I said, he looks better than the other two.
Saving in his corpses again.
More like the robots look hideous.
How dare you?
Yes. Gage will finish his report by saying the fighting has been ongoing for. I forget if I said the time last session. It has been a bit, but approximately 3 demi-cycles.
What's a demi-cycle?
In this context, it's probably a month.
Oof.
Understood, Overseer. I thank you for your aid.
He will make a little affirmative bob and say, we have maintained a safe flight corridor between this station and Forge Albano. If you wish to proceed to Vindelex's surface, I would advise you utilize it. Your IFFs will be marked as hostile by either of the faction's Aeronautica support.
Very well. All right. So, I guess I will thank him and terminate the connection, and then warband meeting.
Yep.
Yay, warband meeting.
Yeah.
This world is in the midst of a civil war, as you no doubt overheard. However, there is something strange here. The Fabricator General declared no more I suppose, access to a certain sector, to which the fabricator Locum declared him a heretic, and this world is missing 35% of its forces. That cannot be accounted for by the one neutral Magos.
Hmm.
So what do you think? Most of the planets declared neutrality quietly, or they're engaged elsewhere?
I believe it has something to do with the mystery of the sector. Perhaps they awoke a relic of the dark age of technology. Normally, when you see fighting like this, it is over a STC, or a standard template construct.
The fact that you added normally in there.
Do you Mechanicus do this often?
No.
No.
For the most part, the chains of command are unbreaking. This seems to be, I do not like to say it, an echo of the great schism of Mars. Whatever is in, if I were to place a bet, I would place a bet on something very either advanced or alien or both was found, and now each side accuses the other of heresy for either stopping the investigation or for wanting to continue it.
Well, if it's alien, then it concerns us and our order. Something tells me they wouldn't be letting just let us peep.
Exactly my thought. For now, we will simply announce ourselves as members of an what's it called? Rogue Traders Revenue. It is not an untruth, for the Inquisition is generally not welcome on a Forge world.
Unfortunately, the Inquisition is not welcome in most places it needs to be.
The Inquisition has a history with the Adeptus Mechanicus of meddling in affairs they do not fully understand and awakening mysteries that should have long stayed silent.
And then nuking the entire planet, wasting eons of Imperial infrastructure.
Seems you're capable of doing that on your own.
Fortunately, if the truth ever does need to come out, we are not Malleus or Hereticus. Alien hunting is generally something that everyone agrees with.
Nobody likes a nosy Xeno in Imperial territory. We are most certainly not going to be welcome, but that is a good point. Their reaction might not be as hostile to us if we announce that. Oh well, that's for a future investigation. For now, we should just stick with the neutral route. Hopefully, the neutral party upon this planet will be able to divulge more information about the current shitstorm, for lack of a better word.
Bob, it might even be an auto toaster. We don't know.
It could
It
be
might
fucking
be
anything at this point.
a toaster oven.
Could be a toaster with like 8 slots on it.
Casa will chip in here. Yeah, Overseer said the Magi were all told why he stopped it. We can get Rubius to trust us, then he should know.
Exactly my thought. So, Narcia, please fill out the proper paperwork, and I will stamp it with the approval of my badge of office.
I'm already on it.
Can I see that list of forces you acquired from the Primus? I'd like to
I'll
know what we're dealing with here.
I will transfer it over to her datapad. Titans on one side, knights on the other.
Juno's already poring over the night houses, ogling them.
Without the support of infantry and the night walkers, Titan legions can very quickly find themselves overwhelmed. They are meant to work in concert.
Yes, of course. Well, ideally,
As
we won't find a Titan to be too much of a threat to we mere ground walkers. Doubt we'd so much as catch their notice.
as the Grand Master once said, despise infantry if you must, crush them underfoot by all means, but do not ignore them, for battlefields are littered with the wreckage of Titans whose crews ignored infantry.
Just so.
It is likely that we will need to choose a side in the coming days. Such battles usually are not resolved with words. Once a member of the Order has made up their mind, they are convinced in their own logic.
I don't see how the addition of our small force is going to tip the scale of an all-out war, but
We are inquisitorial representatives. Even if we do not take direct part in fighting, this is still something that needs to enter our archive and be reported back to our master.
And then there is the mystery of the Forbidden Zone, I believe we shall simply call it for now. We will
Yeah.
hear what the Fabricator General told the Magos, and then weigh it for ourselves. If it is simply a zealous war over an STC, I will be most disappointed.
either way, if we can solve this mystery for them, that might put an end to this needless bloodshed. That would be more
I like your
appropriate use of our
optimism.
skills than trying to participate in a ground war.
Hey, Snippy.
Jawohl.
Are the Men of Iron a forbidden lore? Or are they known?
They are AI. They sound pretty forbidden lore to me.
I'm back. Yes, the Men of Iron are covered under Forbidden Law Mechanicus.
Okay. Well, I didn't want to talk about fluff that my character may or may not know without a roll.
You said you had maxed Forbidden Law Mechanicus, right?
Yes, yes I do.
Then yes, you know that in ages past, humanity created a race of thinking engines, the Men of Iron, that rose up against them. For the Omnisires, and the Omnisire has since issued an edict for mankind's own protection against the abominable intelligences.
Okay. Well, it's just something that my character is gonna think upon because we're working in the dark here, so she's just thinking of all the things that would cause a schism on this world, and SDCs, alien technology, and say uncovering, artificial intelligence that's man-made, all would cause a rift like this within the Adeptus Mechanicus.
Yep.
Alrighty. Well, we're going to submit our paperwork to be seen by Majos Rubius, stamped with the official seal of Tech Executor Eloa Delta Omicron of Lathe World Hesh. And I guess eventually we'll get going. Anything you guys need to do aboard the ship?
Alright, so are you making the request under your authority as tech executor or as part of Lord Captain Lupus's retinue?
Can't I do both?
You can, it's just which of you is going to make the influence roll?
Could I make the influence rule using intelligence?
Intelligence sure isn't influence.
Where is
I'll
influence?
leave this up to
Where
Lupus.
is this? I don't. Inquiry, interrogation.
It's, characteristic number 10.
Oh, right, yes.
The requisition bit. We need
Yeah,
Lupus.
sorry,
He's not first. We will ever be.
I'm so used to something like being called influences. Don't worry about me. I'm dumb.
It's okay.
Sounds like we need Augie to make the roll for us.
Yeah, have that motherfucker do some paperwork. See how he likes it. Lazy son of a bitch.
If could I give him a +10 with my not sure how influential
Can I give
anyone from another sector.
Can I give him a +10 from Peer Knights and Peer Mechanicus?
I'm really miffed you have Pure Mechanicus.
Alright. He can be assisted in this, yes. So, Juno, you give him a +10. You also give him a -10, but you also give him a +10. Stray, you just give him a +20.
Neat.
And I finally know the correct paperwork.
Oh
that's-
my god!
That's neato.
What is that?
A
What
brand
the
new
fuck?
feature that they have just implemented.
Wait,
I
I
That
wanna-
want to.
suddenly makes life so much easier for me.
Can
Hold on, I'm
wait?
just gonna
Does this
roll
work with
something.
guns? Does this work with guns?
Ah,
No,
okay.
no, we have the old shit, guys. This is new.
Okay, so it doesn't
No.
do skills or weapons, it just does fucking characteristics. God damn it.
You know what? Maybe they'll get there. It's a step in the right direction. We praise
Oh,
the
your
good.
First roll all game.
Look at that! Look at that! Science, guys, science.
0 degrees of success for me.
It would be amazing if they did that for the guns too, so you can just see the degrees of success without having to count. That's awesome.
Yeah.
God, these people have done it.
All right,
They
well,
might have fucked up, but they fixed it again.
good to fucking know for when we have to make willpower tests and toughness tests and shit like that.
Does it not work with skills?
No.
Oh.
Only works with characteristics for now.
Yes. With some additional seals added to it, Orky's request gets jumped to the top of the pile. It's processed fairly quickly. You do have by fairly quickly I do mean it's like 2 days, so you've got some time to kill, but not much. If you want to have any more talks or preparations before you head down.
Well, I'm as prepared as I can be. Everyone else? Got anything you need to do? This is last call for alcohol.
Pretend Juno and Narcia had a long heart-to-heart about Narcia's drug problem here.
I apparently need to bring with me 40 grenades.
That was a bit of a non sequitur.
Alright. Guys, look in ship posting real quick. Fucking Bob.
What? What did I? Oh,
The pickle
In
Rick thing?
defiance of Allah, the man turned himself into a pickle. This is not funny. It is paganism.
I thought Snippy posted that.
I did post it a year ago.
I'm sure
glad-
you did, but
like a year ago, but it's
It's
back
funny then, it's funny now.
now. Yeah.
It's good stuff. Good stuff.
Pickle Rick the episode wasn't particularly good, but the memes have been pretty good.
I haven't even
It's
seen
bad.
it. I've just been seeing all the memes, and it's funny as hell.
Yeah.
Legendary status by this point.
All right. Yeah. If you would like to just summarize the outcome of don't do drugs, Narcy.
She shoots cocaine into her eyes.
Well, we will see.
And rocks a burglary.
Drugs are pretty cool. But hey, I promise you, I'm not gonna do drugs. I'm not very convincing at lying. In fact, I might be on Steam right now.
Well, Savin, I guess you should roll scrutiny.
Can I roll charm instead? And just try and convince Narcy, completely independent of her own insistences. And I'll roll scrutiny
yeah.
too.
Yeah. You should probably roll charm first.
I promise you, I'll quit smoking crack. Right
So move
after-
on to Heresy.
Come on!
Well, Snippy, it's pure. Juno is very convincing, and the Stimulants Anonymous program does look like it might be good for you, but it's ultimately your decision.
Juno is happy to help mix up, help you, slowly ease yourself off this. You don't have to go cold turkey. She understands it'll be hard. We'll work together on this. I'm with you every step of the way.
Ease up on the doses, I guess.
Here you
That's a
go.
start.
It's a good first step. Here, Juno will give you will take your syringes and replace them with ones that are loaded to 80%. Just let the medic handle all the full power stims from now on, okay?
Okay.
It'll be rough for a couple days, but we'll get through this together.
Okay. Thank you, Juno. Your concern is appreciated.
Juno's just going to give you a hug. My friend, Narcy, I just want you to be well.
After being clearly taken aback by the hag, just reluctantly returned it.
And then they fucked.
And then they fucked.
And then they fucked.
Again. Every single time that I go, just let me enjoy my drugs. Or my suicidal tendencies, you bastard.
Tasha just stuck her whole paw down Saban's throat. It's fine.
No, I thought it would be a good idea to breathe hard cider.
You drink hard cider?
I am now. What's up?
I mean, it more sounds like you're breathing hard cider, but
Yes.
Still, it's an amazing occurrence to me. Give me like 5 seconds to process this.
Yeah, I thought Savin didn't drink.
Yeah.
Like once a quarter or so, I'll have a drink. Yes.
I only have regular.
I bought
cider.
this for Halloween, but I forgot it, so I actually played
Is-
Resident Evil sober, and now I'm gonna play Warhammer still sober, but with a hard cider in me.
My man.
Maybe
Is it
slightly
just
buzzed.
like one large one?
No, it's just one like beer-sized one.
Oh, just like a long neck you got?
Yeah.
What kind? Sorry for
Uh,
starting, guys.
I
Type
think
to me
it's
what kind it is.
Red's Hard Apple.
Oh, I've had that before.
It's tasty.
Oh, okay. Never mind, Merzendi. Majos Dominus are the fucking war ones.
I mean, they are one of several war ones, apparently. Would you like to know on Lexicanum which types of Magos get articles? For war ones, Logi and Genitors.
Yeah, that makes sense. It sounds like
Which one are
fucking 40k to
Genitors?
me.
Yeah. So can you tell me what a Magos Lictonex does?
Majos Lictonex. Do they lick your necks?
I don't know.
So she's
They
asking you.
could. They are on the list under Magos disciplines. They have no article. Their link is red. It's red, straight.
Lictonex. Ah, I see it now. Yeah.
And you copy it
Why
into
is that one
Google, and
green?
maybe someone will have an article written somewhere else.
Okay, I would just I was just mildly curious to see if he was one of the big boys,
Guys, where's the Latin translator when we need it?
Google?
God, I fucking hate fandom.
It's not
No,
great.
not the fandom. I'm talking about like the fucking website fandom.
The website that used to be Wikia.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Having dug up a forum thread on Bolter and Chainsword, Lictonex is probably linguist and communications experts.
Ah, okay. Some of these you can figure out yourself, like Magos Metallurgus. It's like it's probably people that are really good at metal.
Yeah.
Okay. Sounds good. Sounds good.
Yes. If you make me nail down something, probably Magos Artisan.
Alrighty then. Thank you.
Is cool. Yeah. Anything else? All good to move down.
I got nothing, Captain.
I'm good.
My brain is not working.
Is it ever?
Is it all the Ozo?
I have been drunk in over 3 months. I've quit smoking.
Congrats on that.
And it's horrible. I love it.
Snippy likes to suffer.
You do.
Oh, in that case, a couple of days will pass by. eventually you do get a confirmation that Majos Rubius has agreed to meet with you, and a flight path is being plotted through the safe corridor. I guess. Question. How are you? I assume all of you guys are going. Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe leave Amelie here, and Hassa too, because squishy and injured.
We'll leave DCL's pet with DCL.
But I'm also squishy.
I thought you had like a bajillion toughness.
Well,
What he has is he has like I think you have 40 toughness, right? But you just bought all of the toughness talents. Like I
40
just said.
toughness is basically double mine. You
I
fucking
also have
Chad.
40 toughness.
Yeah,
I
see, you
have-
guys are
yeah.
tough as shit.
I have 15 soak on my chest.
I have no. My armor is this Imperial Guard flak armor.
Why
I thought
did we
you
never?
got carapace.
I did. It's on the planet. They just put in the order. Remember?
Oh, well, good news. You're actually probably going to the place where you can pick it up.
Oh, thank God.
Okay. Okay.
Oh, thank God.
So my question is, what kind of carapace armor did you get? Did you get the stormtrooper one that's like hermetically sealed?
Sort of yes.
Did you get the stormtrooper carapace or like the regular bitch boy carapace that's just like a carapace helmet?
Neither of those. It's I got the I didn't get care. It's heavy power armor.
Power armor? You worked out for heavy power armor?
Yeah.
Damn.
Yeah. I mean, that's probably not done, actually.
Yeah, you now see why I don't want to. No, see the part where Baltus is like, please don't let me get shot at before I get armor, please.
How the hell did you requisition heavy power armor?
Influence?
Yeah. He spent a fair bit of influence and decided he was okay with a multiple month waiting time.
They probably haven't even gotten the order yet. To be honest.
Yes. That does actually seg into my question pretty well. How are you guys presenting yourselves? How are you dressing? Like, Juno, are you walking in covered in ecclesiarchal symbols?
No, as I put in chat a bit ago, I'm gonna leave off. Well, I'm gonna take my habit, but all that'll be packed up in my backpack, and I'm gonna put on my like night house stuff that Juno's put together over the years, and go in looking like just a person from my planet.
All right.
I'm-
Yes. Apologies. I missed it because of the really cool new box.
Yeah, it's fine. It's fine. But yeah, I know the Red Boys do not like the church, so I will not have any visible associations with it.
I'm wearing Merzendi. Look at me. I'm wearing my freshly polished Praetor armor.
Well, I have my Techno staff. I think it's time to bust out the red robes. Time for me to dress the part.
Yeah, obviously I
I
have my
a dress
red robes.
uniform from the police boys.
Okay.
Yeah, I have my Praetor armor with my red robes over the top.
Show off as much as my mechanical implants as possible.
If only I had been awarded with a fucking Omnissiah axe.
Does anyone know off the top of their head what the Sokon Enforcer Carapace is?
5.
Sweet. Only 2 less than my normal armor.
Yeah, but also very much not sealed at all.
Yeah.
Hey, Bob,
hmm
how cool is your hat? You are the Inquisitor's son, after all.
Sadly, my hat, I can't wear one. Oh, or I guess I have this intricate way of like weaving it through a helmet, I guess.
I mean, I'm certain I've seen Warhammer 40k stuff before where someone was wearing a helmet and then put a hat on top. That's
That's a meme
just
for
how it
Magnus
goes.
Stelgar. Or a look of Cato Sicarius.
You don't want to be affiliated with that man.
No.
Everyone thinks he's a dickhead, and rightfully so.
I have some very odd views about him, but be that as it may. I might just have to like wear Carapace armor, but wear my flak armor, and then like put robes to look like I'm a psyker. I am a psyker, but try and hide the fact I'm wearing armor, I guess. Like I'm part of the Astra Telepathica.
Tried to look up Warhammer 40k armor and then hat, and there's just furry art from MLP. I'm so confused.
No, that sounds entirely accurate.
No,
I mean, I hate to say it, but it does kind of sound accurate.
Actually, I'm pretty sure I know exactly what picture you're talking about, too. Thanks, DCL.
I'm clicking away from this now.
Smart.
Could have swore what? Oh, I know who I've seen with the armor and the hats. It's fucking commissars from the Death Corps Krieg.
Oh, they just have the gas mask and the hat. They don't have a helmet under the hat.
Ah, okay, never mind then.
The hat, however, is a helmet. It is armored.
'Cause always the gas masks looked armored to me. Guess I was wrong. Carry on.
I mean, if you look at actual Death Corps models, the gas mask and the helmet are separate. Yeah. Yes. So yeah. None of you are wearing anything stupendously offensive. This is good.
Oh God.
And yeah. Kira will take you on down. There's not much of a view to talk about. The Forge World being heavily choked with refinery smog and, well, gun smoke. But there's a brief moment where you break out of a bank and can see clearly. It's alarming how small the safety corridor is, as lightnings and thunderbolts are just dueling barely 100 meters away, and that columns of infantry march on, ever on. Black and red robed Skitarii almost nude tech thralls and servitors, and escorted on either side by titanic walkers. One turn as his automatic battle cannon moving to track you, but then it raises the knight, offering a brief salute to the brave newcomer, descends upon Vindalex before he turns to rejoin the column. And then it's lost again as you duck down behind some of the spires of the forge. The rest of your route keeps you close to the ground, too low for the automated air defenses to track you, till at last a landing in amongst the fog-ridden buildings of Forge Albano. A number of Scythiae surround the platform as the gun cutter touches down, but they do not point their weapons at you. And you can all note that these Scythiae, well, on most worlds of the Imperium, they are well equipped, but not lavishly. They keep their most fancy weapons hidden, instead preferring hot shots and the occasional special weapon. Here, every one of them is armed with a carbine that most of you can't recognize. Two of you with Mechanicum backgrounds, however, they are armed with galvanic carbine rifles.
Oh. Fine.
Electu-powered slug launchers that can punch through all but the thickest armor. I'll move you down.
Oh no, my
Galvanic
movies.
weapons are railguns, basically, right?
Basically.
What weapons? Sorry. I didn't hear.
Galvanics.
Oh yeah.
They are infantry railguns, and they are okay. So these guys can put Tau guns to shame. Just bear that in mind.
I also like this background, Merzendi.
Thank you. Yeah. Yeah, it's really nice. 3 of the 4 forges have backgrounds taken from the same animation. There's Titan Forge by Talmich. I have no idea if I'm pronouncing that correctly. I'm probably not. But real good modelling for a little animated short about the Mechanicus. So when it came time to do a thing set on the Mechanicus world, just grabbing their concept art for it worked really well. Fair enough. Yes. Kira will speak over the intercom to you guys. it's quite a welcoming party you guys have got. I guess they think. I guess they decided you're important.
Uh-oh.
Ooh. Eyes up. There's a big boy. Looks like he's waiting for me to drop the ramp. You guys all good?
Affirmative.
Yep.
As I'll ever be.
Cool. Emperor protects.
Protect.
And indeed, she will lower the embarkation ramp at the front. And she does another Scythia will step out. This one is taller than his brethren. Aid so by the coils of adamantium surrounding his true flesh. His sword sits at one hip, a pistol at the other, and as the alpha makes his way towards you. As he comes to the base of the ramp, he gives a formal bow. Greetings. We await the party of Tech Executor Eloa Delta Omicron.
That is I. Here is my identification. And she will beam a stream of technolingua towards him.
Ident codes accepted. Greetings, Tech Executor. Please follow me. This one will show you to the Major's chambers.
By your leave, then, Scythia. Scythari. Sorry.
Yeah. He'll turn and quick march. Probably from me, because that's how I've always pronounced it. Because that's exactly what the spelling, that's exactly how the spelling says it should be pronounced.
That's what I
Yeah.
thought. But then I hear people say Scythari, and I'm just
They're
like,
wrong.
there's two eyes. It's Scythari.
These people are just wrong.
All right.
Especially
Well,
if they work for G-dubs.
I do want to, set the theme a little bit. I have both of my servo skulls here, a utility and an auger one. And as for, my appearance, you can very clearly see it right there in the left. But I also have, cybernetic legs and four separate mechadendrite. And I am wearing the Blessed Praetor armor.
Alright. The Alpha will lead you off, and after the last of you follows, four of the Scythia that are waiting on the platform fallen behind, the others remaining at their station. And quickly shown from the disembarkation pad to a sealed blast door. It opens just as your party reaches it, the Alpha not losing even a single step as you enter the decontamination room. Those of you who have who do not have fully enclosed armor will probably be relieved as the ashen external air is replaced with clean and perfumed internals. Scent of burning incense and just fresh oils coming in along with the decontaminating spray. Decontaminating spray, however, does sting for any of you that get it directly on your skin. It's not injurious, but it is a little painful. Then the door opens. You are led in. We're on a gantry far above the main workings of a forge, but you can still feel the heat from the foundries rising up. And the thunderous sound of machines crafting other machines, priests and menials, thralls, servitors, countless number labor beneath you. But the end, you come to another doorway, marked with the blessed skull of a Mechanicum, and for those of you that know to look for it, sigils indicating that this is part of the quarters of the Forge's ruling majors. The Alpha presses a button and then just sharply steps to one side. Majors Rubius will see you now.
Alright. Well, unlike the what is it, like the Brotherhood of the Sword or whatever from the last planet, I'm not gonna try to dunk on this guy with maglev coils.
He's too big.
Well, it's not just that, it's just, wowie, you have maglev coils would be the reaction of an actual Magos.
Mm. Yes, congratulations. You have some true flesh. I am happy for you. It's very nice. Definitely wouldn't be any sort of actually being impressed.
But I will lift my mecha as we enter. I will lift my mechadentrals to my face and then remove my helmet. just have it coiled up at my side.
All right. As you enter, you'll see a much smaller figure stood completely motionless in the center of the room. Is clad in brass and steel armor that also seems to serve as some form of life support system, as his organic components look incredibly old. But while he is decorated, the room is not. It's very sparse. Beyond him, there are just plain metal chairs and a cogitator bank built into one wall. End of token there.
I greet you, Makos Rubius. I am Tech Executor Eloa Delta Omicron of Lathe World Hesh. I have come to parley with you.
And are you speaking in Gothic or in...
Technolingua.
Alright.
Oh, it's not parley. I have come to speak with you. We're not on opposite sides of a dispute.
Yeah, that would be really weird. Yes, a neutral person. I declare myself in specific opposition to you.
I am also a Neutronian. But I do not agree with your kind of neutrality. You are not neutral enough.
Or is he too neutral?
We are members of the Inquisition, and we say you're the only one not throwing an artistic shit with. You must be heretics. Prepare
It's
to
true.
die.
He must be a heretic.
You orchestrated
His...
this entire thing.
Alright. His mechadendrites raise in a reciprocal greeting and just chimes out a quick reply, welcoming and greeting you before switching over to Gothic. I note, however, Adept, many of your companions are not so initiated.
Only one can hear the true language. Introduce yourselves in turn. It is only right in the company of a Makos.
Well, Narcia will introduce herself in Technolingua. As you know, I can.
I can, and so I will. Juno will give him a respectful curtsy and say, Juno of Ionis Prima.
Ceiko, you should introduce yourself as a Justicar.
No, just introduce yourself as the law.
I am the
I am the
law.
law.
I am the law.
Oh, okay, I guess you won't.
Winter?
I just said I am the law. Yeah. What's up?
Is that your actual introduction?
No. I'll just.
Come on, that's a
I am
great
Ceiko. I've been zoned out the last
We know.
while.
And like I specifically told you, introduce yourself as an art, by your rank and your status.
I do not know my rank. Ceiko does, but I do not.
I think it's just you say I am
Arbiter
Justicar Ceiko,
Justicar,
your
okay.
name of the Adeptus Arbites.
Or just Arbitrator Ceiko?
That works for me. I will specifically not use my first name because I hate it.
Right.
Yeah, debating if I want to use my real name or not.
What up, bitch? I'm Gandalf.
Yeah, just but I'm Louis Castaigne, Emperor of America. What?
Well, you specifically said that you were putting the fact that you were part of Astra Telepathica on your sleeve, so
Yeah.
I do not know the ranks of the Astra Telepathica. I'm sorry.
I don't either. I don't think I technically have a rank right now.
I don't know if they have ranks like that.
Wow. See, I had pictures with every single Imperial hierarchy, but the hard drive that contains them is no longer functional.
I suppose you just say your name and then I am blank of the Astra Telepathica.
Okay. Yeah. All right. I'll just use. You know what? Might as well just use my real name since I am, in fact, expecting to get my power armor, or make sure that the it went through properly. Anyway.
That would probably be the best.
Yes.
All right.
Hmm.
And Corporal Jeffrey Lexa. And Jeff tilts his head towards Baltus as if indicating, I'm with him. And now to make an intelligence roll for Majos. He's very good at these. Specifically logic, I think.
Is this the
Apparent-
Magos who also...
Apparently, oops, sorry. There
This-
are 2 ranks of psychers. There are primary psychers, and then there are astropaths. That's it. That's all. That's all the lore says. Primary or astropath.
So is this the
And-
Magos who had like one single point of agility?
No. You'll
Okay.
know him. I'll turn his name off, but I'll show you his token.
I assume he's in a wheelchair.
TFW, the fucking corpse in the life support system has more agility than you.
Be fair though.
I mean, that guy is a fucking unit. It's true, but like
It's hard
that's
to move quickly when you are moving that much man.
Oh, that's his actual size.
Yes.
Oh.
Oh, okay. I mean, fair.
Yeah, he is size 6.
What the fuck did I just click back to? I was reading Soul Binding, and now there's this.
That's a
Savin
unit.
asked, is Rubius the guy with 1 agility? No.
Oh.
This
Okay.
is the guy with 1 agility.
And that's his
Thick
actual size.
Thickums, Megos Thickums the Mighty there.
Really?
Yes, I'm sure you'll eventually meet him. But, yes, Baltus. Right. Rubius will nod and a most esoteric combination. Though I suppose rogue traders do as they wish.
I'm surprised he doesn't have fate points to just re-roll
I mean, he does, but that
or
would,
buy in.
that would kind of be a bit cruel to you.
I suppose. We have come here to. I wished in the beginning to tear away more of the rotting biomatter and implant a weapon from my region of space. And others required such holy implants as well. But now that we are here, I see this world is in peril. Even as I stepped off of my vessel, I could hear the screaming of the machine spirits. What has transpired?
Ah. Yes. We detected your arrival. You would have witnessed the demise of the twinned warhounds, hunter and killer.
Oh,
Venerable machine spirits. What has transpired here, Magos?
A schism has come to our world. Actually, sorry, to my world.
There are only a few things that I can think of that would cause such a thing. Heresy, on one hand, the discovery of ancient alien artifacts, an STC, or even, and she'll say this in Technolingua, the Men of Iron.
He nods and then just beams something to you back, a request to send a data file.
She'll make sure that Avast is running and then accept.
Please do not open files from unknown sources.
Yes, it is a recording, and I'm just going to DM this to you on Discord.
Okie dokie. Mecha Tyranids. Yes. Oh, fuck, it happened.
What?
Oh, I thought I actually looked over and I didn't see. I'm so used to Snippy's name being Knight Commander Snippy, so being lower than you, so I thought that fucking Snippy's internet died.
Demoted.
Yeah, just Ben going off to the Ben cave.
Yeah, it's pretty late for him, so.
Wait a minute. No, I didn't get demoted. I got promoted. What the hell?
Yeah, you're a marshal now. You're not a Knight Commander anymore.
Back in the back.
Oh, for what you posted in Chip Posting Winter, you know the people who made that song actually came out a few years ago with like a full band version?
Yeah, I'm aware. It's pretty good. It's Neil C. Sierra, I know. However you pronounce his name.
Oh, I don't know. But
Yeah, but that
apparently
guy.
people were mad about it, but I liked it, you know. I like both versions. There's like the old just kind of shitty version that was made on uh you know, just made on like a real crappy computer program, and then like they were like, "Oh, well, this blew up. Well, it's 7 years later now. Let's just get a whole band together and do the ultimate showdown of Ultimate Destiny."
Yeah.
Beep 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 beep. Pop. I'm sad that Savin is such a lameo and won't let me put wires into his brain and get an even bigger Imperial Knight.
No. It's not
I'll
like this
jam it
guy's
up
gonna
in your
give me a knight anyway, even if I was equipped to handle it.
To be fair, being equipped to handle it involves you being addicted to being attached to your cyber waifu.
So, when she receives that, oop, what happened here? Something just exploded in my room. Okay.
Uh-oh.
No, it's like I had a drink and I set it aside, and the cap just completely flew off and hit me in the face.
Wow.
I
So
didn't know that could happen with a can of sake, but okay.
I have this sensor I got from the church. You put a little piece of charcoal in it. You put these little things in it, and then you recite this chant.
I
It might be
mean,
haunted.
to be fair, I do get this apartment $100 cheaper for the first 6 months because someone died in it, but I don't believe in ghosts, so
Still, though, if you want me to perform an exorcism,
don't
can
worry.
help.
My parents are fucking Greek Orthodox. I can just ask my dad to come over if really needs be.
Perfect. You
All
are
right.
in good hands.
Yes.
All right. So, with the revelation of the info, I am going to, you know what? Let's see. Do I actually maintain composure? Merzendi, what kind of willpower test would it be for me not to like stumble a few steps back from the weight of this knowledge?
At least a -30.
Yep.
What are you rolling willpower for exactly?
To be able to keep my feet, and with that I'm actually Eloa is actually going to crumple to a knee.
Hello, are you alright?
The weight of knowledge.
Oh dear.
I had much a similar reaction, but my duties require me to not to act upon it.
In more translatable terms, can you share what that knowledge is? We might understand what you are going through here.
He will shake his head. You are not initiated, and I do not know you. If the tech executor trusts you sufficiently to share, then so be it. But as of yet, I do not.
Understood. And Juno's gonna take a knee next to Eloa and try and get her back on her feet. Hey, easy there. Come on, let's get you up. Up, up, up.
Mechadentrals will bat you away until she is done, and then will dig into the steel of the cathedral and force her upright. If that is true, there is... I understand now. And she'll turn to the rest of you. It is not just... I do not know how to explain it to those of you who are not one of us. Within the galaxy, the wisdom of the ancients calls to us. We of Mars are called to the quest for knowledge, to seek endlessly the wisdom of the ancients which is unassailable. This wisdom can be found in what is called a standard template construct, but they are often fragments of knowledge. It can take centuries, millennia. Magos after Magos can work on the project and take up to... There are some still being worked on from even before the foundation of the Imperium of Man. But this, it is a nearly complete STC. And then we'll switch over to Technolingua. And so Narcia understands. For Warlord class Titans.
Try to contain all my feelings. Try to be as emotionless as possible for this whole exchange.
Do you think you should be doing a willpower roll as well, Snippy?
Narcia's pretty good at keeping a poker face.
Alright.
Cease is great at keeping a poker face. She plays poker with the stormtroopers all the time.
I mean,
Why
you
did you
didn't
give
ask...
yourself a plus 30?
Because it's cool like that.
I
She
think
has
you need to
actually literally turned off her face.
I think you need to ask
You
the
know,
GM first.
turning off your face does... Yes. Yes, I think that would definitely give you a big bonus. Probably not enough to leave you with a net plus 30, but enough for that to be a success, sure.
It was gonna be a success either way. I'm good. Don't worry. Everything is fine. I am perfectly calm and serene. Mechanical brain, beep boop.
Why did the Fabricator General cease investigation into this? This is one of the greatest gifts I have ever heard, and I come from the Lathe Worlds.
The message he sent was that the digging teams found a tainted relic in the Grave of Titans. He did not inform the full Council of Magi as to what it was or what the alleged taint is. The Fabricator Locum has sufficient rank that she was able to ascertain its nature from the digging teams. If she is to be believed.
Then, hang on, I need to look up what they're called. They're the tech priests that purge corrupted
Texorcists.
Texases. There we go. If this is true, then what of the Texorcists? Why were they not sent in?
2 mechadendrites rise and then fall. Perhaps the Fabricator General did. He assumed authority over the dig site, as is his prerogative. As such, I do not know what has been done with the relic.
Does the Fabricator General still occupy the zone in which the SDC was found, this Grave of Titans?
Indeed. It has received more of his forces in defense than his own forge.
I understand. This is far beyond that which I expected. So, tell me, my Lord Magos, is there anything you require of us as while we are here?
He thinks and then shakes his head. There is nothing I require. My foundries are able to fulfill the majority of our tithe needs, and we have sufficient stockpile to make up the deficit for an additional 2 full cycles.
Very well. You have been most kind, Magos. The quest for knowledge is not something that I can turn back from. In the interest of full disclosure, I will likely begin sniffing out the truth of matters. But I promise not to endanger or involve your or risk your neutrality.
You have rank, intellect, and an army backing you up. Mechadendrite will just gesture vaguely skyward. It would be deeply uncharacteristic for a tech executor if you were not to attempt an intervention.
Logic dictates so.
However, be aware, mine is not the sole forge that is neutral. The Dominus Primus of Vindelex, Lord Theodoric, and that his forces at Forge Ravnica have also not taken a side. They remain alert in case any of our enemies attempt to take advantage of our dispute.
A war makers, I understand.
He is Primus of the full Tagmata of this world. His greatest responsibility is the defense of the Forge Vindalex.
Understood. Is there anything anyone want to bring up before we take off and then plot our next move?
Nope. I'm just doing this shit. Got nothing to say.
I have lots of questions, but I think they're best said directly to Eloa, so we'll wait.
Oh, that's some thunder.
Ooh, nice. We're finally getting rain for the first time in 6-7 months on Thursdays. I'm really looking forward to that.
Yes. If you have no more questions forthcoming, yes. Let's see. Should you wish to make inquiries, I will have chambers prepared for you and a vehicle with a recognized IFF. I would suggest you not engage while under my colors.
Understood.
As I promised, I will not threaten your neutrality. For we are also neutral in this affair. We seek only knowledge.
Direct rail lines run from my forge to Forge Enzio and Forge Clavis, and a secondary line around Enzio to Lord Theodoric's Forge Gravica. Should you wish to transit to any of those, the maglevs can provide you with great speed.
Very well. I thank you for your hospitality.
He'll make the sign of the cog, and the door you came in through will slide open again, but it isn't the long gantry to the landing pad that opens to a internal corridor and a different Scythia. This one, not a looming power-armored alpha, is waiting to lead you on.
Okie dokie.
And yes, you'll be shown to some chambers, and the Scythia will furnish you with a small map of the guest level of Forge Albano, including the way to actually get back to your dropship if you want.
Okie dokie. I would suggest us not floating around in our dropship, given that they'll probably automatically flag our IFF as hostile.
You were warned as such, yes.
So, with that said, I'll be back in like 1 minute. I need to clean up the explosion.
I need to step away real quick and use the restroom.
Good, we all have something we need to do. High fives all around. Alright, be right back.
Yep. I'll return momentarily. I return.
We're all back.
Excellent.
I assume. I assume it was just the two of us that left.
I mean, I checked out a long time ago, but
I am
Yeah,
so
I know.
last I heard was a STC for the big Titans.
Yes, although the in character you were only told that it was an STC. It's just Eloa and Narcia that know that it is for a warlord, because that bit was in tech speak.
Ah, okay. Okay.
I mean, it's a super huge deal. Stuff
Mm,
like that could, like, a mostly done schematic for a fucking warlord titan could change the military landscape of this sector forever. It depends on what it is. It might be a slightly more efficient boot, or it might be like a fucking, graviton cannon the size of the Washington Monument.
That's Savin. So I think that is everyone.
Yay.
Right. I'm going to move you back to the planetary map rather than just have that background. So yeah. Mostly friendly exposition bot has done his bit. What now, guys?
Well, I think first of all we need to get Eloa to fill in the blanks that the technolingual bullshit left in there. Like, what is this STC? Why does everyone care? Who's guarding it? Where? Why?
There is a place called the Grave of Titans, and there the Fabricator General found a mostly intact standard template complete for a warlord titan.
Do we not already have Warlord Titans, though?
You do not understand. This is technology from the Dark Age. This is lost. It
But
could
we have
only.
Warlord Titans.
I do not think you understand the length and breadth of this discovery. It could change the very future of this sector for forever. Very
why?
few Forge Worlds know how to make warlords, and this template could very well be, and if it was worth an entire civil war over, could be a new type of super weapon. You don't understand. Warlord Titans are physical gods. They are the hand of the Omnissiah himself stretching from the Golden Throne.
No, I understand that, Eloa. I don't understand why finding an STC for something we already know we already have is so important to cause a war over.
Who
We
don't like to share their toys?
we only have a
There,
few we only have a few worlds that can create Warhound Titans, and of those, only a few have a very specific set amount of variations. This could be a brand new variation. Not only that, this planet may not even produce warlords itself. Simply simply have them assigned from the Legio Titanica.
I see.
If this
So,
world was turned into a world that produced titans, well, the Gothic sector would need fear little. However, the Fabricator General, upon discovery, locked down the site and declared it tainted, and locked out all information about the vessel. However, the locum, she had the rank and the privilege to find out what it was.
do we know why the Fabricator General would declare it tainted? Is it possible something has happened to the STC?
Yes, which is why we sent Texarsis to purge the code, but there is also the possibility of heresy. To make a great discovery and then take all of the information for yourself, and at worst turn it against the Omnissiah's purpose. We simply do not have enough information.
Understood. All right. I think I'm piecing together why this is such an issue for you. Yes.
um, Almost every STC that is ever recovered is fragmented. This is mostly whole. As such, it is our duty to investigate and either ensure that it is recovered and returned to the Omnissiah, or that it is purged from any corruption from the enemies beyond.
So, do we have any ideas for first step?
It is mainly up to the discussion of the warband. And of course, we've already taken our precautions to make sure we're not overheard, blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
We have we have access to Medros Rubius's vehicles, a vehicle which has a neutrality IFF tag. We will not be attacked if we travel in that vehicle to any of the forges. Forge Ravnica is controlled by the Magos Dominus. I'm sure that means little to you, but they are the priests of war. Forge NCO is controlled by Fabricator Locum Democles, and Forge Clavis, Fabricator General Solomon.
So,
I suspect that the blanket of neutrality would not prevent us from being shot if we were to simply drive to the grave of Titans.
yeah. Well, can we approach these two fabricators and one Dominus and speak to them?
Yes, we are under the banner of neutrality, but it is up to us who we choose to go to first. The Fabricator General, who claims that the STC is tainted and corrupted. The Fabricator Locum, that claims that he has committed heresy and is keeping it for himself. Or the Dominus Primus, who ensures the safety of this world.
It seemed to me logic would dictate that we speak to the Fabricator General first. He controls
Yeah.
the STC as it is right now.
Yes, but I am also not in command of the warband. It is best for us all to come to a mutually satisfactory decision.
Yes, and that is my suggestion. She'll turn to the rest of the group.
Who do you think we should parley with first?
So you're talking all of this nice stuff about being neutral, but if we go and speak to one of the big cheeses, how do we know the other one won't take it as a sign that, well, we, and by extension Rubius, are conspiring with them?
I had considered that as well. Rather than going in person, simultaneous requests by someone of my rank to ascertain the cause of this war upon the Omnissiah's holy world, and one that is not encrypted for either side might belay their fears.
That seems wise.
How we do this, we also run the risk of just stumbling upon something we really shouldn't be looking at. There is no real safe option here.
We must, of course, be warned that each of them may discover who we truly are, but I do have the authority as a tech executor that I can choose whether or not this is a matter of the Inquisition or a matter of the Adeptus Mechanicus. By my rank, and of course, by ancient law, no Adeptus Mechanicus may hold a hold the Rosarius or gain the rank of Inquisitor.
Oh, that's handy.
And if they are further suspicious, our position as alien hunters may belay their fears.
It may at the very least belay the fears of General Solomon. We're simply here to determine that there is no alien paint to his STC.
Perhaps.
I'll work out,
It,
man.
it is wisest to not go with untruths, for indeed we are members of a rogue trader's retinue.
Hmm.
The warrant of trade grants him absolute authority aboard his vessel, and was signed by all of the members of the High Council of Terra, including the what the fuck's its name? Merzendi, dude in charge of Mars with his long title,
Fabricator General of Mars.
Fabricator. I can't remember his name though.
Fuck if I know at this point.
Not Cowboy Hall. That was the old one. One just before the Dark Age. In the early 31st millennium, for War Master Horus. Oh, I guess it's. You know what? It's not here within a quick Google search, so I don't care anymore. But signed indeed by the Fabricator General of Mars, so it is a warrant which grants him powers beyond even us. Only a full-blooded Inquisitor, a planetary governor, or even a chapter master of the Space Marines has that level of power. Any objections?
One thing. Balti. Bob?
Bob is dead.
What?
Eaten
What?
by his dogs.
No, it's fine.
Jeff was trying to say something to you. Yeah. Balti. Didn't you put through a request for something to this world?
Oh yeah, power armor set.
Did you do it through Inquisition channels?
Me. Yeah.
And in that case, might be best just to be upfront about our actual affiliation, given that we're one audit away from them finding out anyway.
I totally forgot about that.
To be honest, I thought they would have made us out from the moment we landed. We are not very helpful.
I mean, I placed orders here too, but I placed orders underneath the auspices of the Adeptus Mechanicus. I totally forgot that he just requisitioned it via the Inquisition channels.
The only channels I have access to. Yes.
Yeah. You also, in theory, have rich noble channels.
Oh, that's true. I did get it at a pretty good discount.
Rich noble channels, and you could have had us do it, and then you paid us for it. But I totally forgot that was a totally fucking Ordo Xenos thing, stamped with the Alien Hunter seal of approval and everything.
Actually, technically, the armor shows it's meant to be Order Hereticus.
Well, no, that's from the book, but
Oh yeah, from
you're
the
not
but
you're
yeah,
not
probably-
you're
yeah.
not Order Hereticus, so you don't have that authority.
Yeah.
Also, Bob, no, heavy power armor isn't in the Hereticus book. It's in the Malleus book. You know, the
Eh,
even
demon.
worse ones.
Yeah, but okay. So we're going to have to craft a thing, and then you know what? We'll leave it completely unencrypted, so both Magos Rubius and Dominus Primus Theodoric
Theodoric.
can.
Thick Rick. Yeah, there.
So we'll introduce ourselves as members of the Rogue Trader. I even forgot the name of a Rogue Trader. I remember the name of the ship. Estes.
Augustus Lupus.
Estes Flask.
Yes,
Got it.
Estus Flask.
So, as members of the retinue of Rogue Trader Estes Flasks and the Order, well, let's not go like, too threatening about it and just very clearly state we're alien hunters. We hate aliens. We're not
We could do that,
Hereticus. We're not Hereticus and we're not Malleus.
Yes, if we do absolutely need to stay quiet, I can just forge an order that we're here to pick up the armor to deliver it to the Inquisition because Rogue Trader.
We're simply members of a Rogue Trader's retinue who like hunting aliens, and we'll put in that the voice for our group is someone who can't actually become an Inquisitor or wield a rosette. It is from a Forge world. We might get a better response than saying, "Yo, bitch, we're Inquisition."
Quite frankly, I don't really care so long as I get my armor.
But we have a whole investigation on this planet, and first appearances are always the best.
Yeah, and Bob, your armor is quite a while away. If you do this thing for me, you will probably get it expedited quite a lot.
Just gonna explain that we popped in to get some armor and some true flesh, and we're just we want our stuff, and also we understand the gravity of the situation, and we wish to understand what is happening here and why so much of the resources of the Omnisire are being wasted.
That more importantly, if this is a Xenos threat instead of a fucking, if it's not, oh yeah, no, there's no sign of Xenos. Oh, okay, not our problem. Understandable. Carry on.
I wonder if I can toss influence around with this. What are all the uses of influence other than just buying crap?
Yeah, you can always toss influence around. Yes, it does have special social uses. Can't remember what they are, but
I'm looking. Okay, Control F. Availability and influence. Acquiring items, don't care about that. Requisition test, don't care about that.
You're looking in the wrong section, Floof. You want to be on page 269.
Geez, I'm on page 146.
Yeah, you're in the armory chapter rather than the influence section of narrative tools.
279, you say?
6-9.
Even better. Requisition? Social interaction.
Bob, Majors Dominus Primus Theodoric is another neutral majors on this world. He is also the supreme commander of this planet's Tagmata Mechanicum, which is to say, he in charge of the entire army, yo.
Yep.
Oh.
So here's my thing. I'm willing to completely and totally fuck our subtlety for this because of just how this world plays out. There are some cases that you need to be, sneaky, going around the back of people and shooting them in the back of the head with a.
Stray. Say no more. You've convinced me with fuck our subtlety, like we do every single planet. Let's go.
Hey,
that did actually remind me. You are in a new subsector now. You actually get to have subtlety back.
Yeah, and the thing is, we did really well in the beginning, and even when we fucked it up, we managed to cover our tracks. But the thing is, I don't think this is the kind of world or situation where we should just appear as, snakes in the grass. We should just spend our influence to be like, we're the Ordo Xenos, and we're here to help. Totally here to help. Don't worry about it, guys.
Like I said,
Subtlety will
fuck
get
subtlety.
Subtlety is great when we're trying to hunt things, but we already know where everything is on this planet.
You say that until the Necrons show up.
Well, yeah, I know. We're going to wake up tomorrow, and there's going to be Necrons waking up, and then fucking gene stealers all up our poopers. But
The thing is, it's not we're gonna wake up tomorrow and there's gonna be Necrons. It's the Necrons are gonna wake up tomorrow and we don't.
It's true. The Necrons are very nice like that. They do tend to provide you with proper amounts of sleeping gas.
all right.
Or, sorry, sleeping gorse.
Yeah, I was about to say it's superheated gas.
So there are the over-the-top ways we can do this, like when I think one example was, I am Inquisitor, blah blah blah. Your world is blah blah blah. But rather than do something like that, we're gonna do a bit more of hey, we're the Inquisition. This is proof that we're part of the Inquisition. But the thing is, we're alien hunters, and we're wearing our giant eye sign on our sleeves. And our voice is a tech priest. Does anyone have any objection to this plan?
You are the
No.
person who would know the
I
best
like
of what to
not
do here.
shot.
Okay, so we're going to say that Rogue Trader Retinue, Bulletin Point 1, Ordo Xenos, Bullet Point 2. We are concerned about the waste of the, the Omnissiah's tools. And we wish to understand why this schism happened in the first place. Obviously, it's going to be like 300 pages long, but, those are the main bulletin points. Anyone have anything to add?
I think you pretty much covered anything and everything that we need to give them.
And I'm sure a lot of this influence is also just like greasing palms and stuff like that. So, Merzendi, how much influence am I spending for this? I want to emphasize, Forge World Lathe Hesh Librarian.
Let's see. This would either be a minus 20 influence roll, which you'd then give a plus 10 to because Mechanicus background, so either a minus 10 influence roll or spend 4 influence.
I'm going to spend 4 influence because I've never been able to exercise my dice.
Fair.
And on something this important, I'd rather not fuck over the entire party, especially because it was my idea.
Alright. Then, yes. Can send that message out, phrase it nicely, make sure to,
I'll make sure Narcia writes most of it.
yep.
Bureaucromancer time. I've been doing essays since I was born. I hate my life.
We came to this
So-
planet for true freshen armor.
So, the first response you get does not come from either the Fabricator General or Fabricator Locum. Instead, a message is passed to you from one of Rubius's Guitariae. It comes from Dominus Primus Theodoric. He formally welcomes you. He formally welcomes the inquisitorial retinue of Lord Captain Lupus and invites you to visit him at Forge Ravica. Next response comes a few hours later from the Fabricator Locum. Or, well, it bears the sigil of the Fabricator Locum, and it has her name, but it is not signed with her rank as Locum. It is signed by her authority as Mistress of the Prefecture Magisterium of Vindelex. She solemnly welcomes you and invites you to assist her in uncovering and removing any taint that exists upon Vindelex.
Merz.
Yes?
As a master Bureaucromancer, how much of this was just a template?
This one, all of these are going to be fairly template-based. This one seems to be especially template-based, but more emphatically based on it. If you would, in fact, if you could give me either a -20 bureaucracy or -20 scrutiny roll, I would quite like that.
Well, I have something that gives me a bonus to bureaucracy tests.
Excellent.
So let's give it a -10. Wow! Holy shit. Narcia, you still got it, baby.
Nice.
Useless fucking roll.
All right, Narcia. Looking at this, she would have this is quite clearly a template chosen for a specific reason and followed very rigidly. This is by not saying anything beyond what the template does, just communicating quite clearly that in her mind the taint is pretty fucking obvious. Would you get over here and help me kill him?
Request clarification. What taint? Pretend like we haven't heard the whole spiel from the other dude. Just get her side of it. Fuck it.
Yes. Let's try to compose something for that. Actually, no, wait a minute.
What we're going to do is we're going to do the same thing that we asked the dude who didn't know anything, a rigid timeline of events.
Yeah, let's get both sides of the story before we actually do anything drastic. We got all the time in the world.
And again, it would be good for us to make a show of visiting the neutral parties first to show our own Neutronian stance. So we visited one. Now we go over here and we're like, see guys, neutral. We just want to make sure everything's good before we, jump into a slap fight between two fucking fabricators.
Yes.
Fucking, they must both so fucking upset.
And so the other bit is that she absolutely could have just been that emphatic with writing out a customized response. But she is just using the template. It's also pretty indicative. If you want more from her, you will actually have to go there in person.
Yeah, as much. Feisty.
And finally, the response from the Fabricator General arrives early the next day. He acknowledges your business upon Vindalex, wishes you grace in the Omnissiah's light, and states quite firmly that the planet is well under control, and the internal matter should not concern you. He also quotes. He also gives references to several treaties, which quite emphatically reminded you, which are clearly intended to quite emphatically remind you that you don't have authority to do shit to him.
I like it.
That well, he makes no specific mention of the Lathe Worlds, just welcoming a far-flung sister in the Omnissiah's service.
Stray. Are you noticing this? One is overly aggressive and the other one is overly defensive.
Hmm.
Kinda suspicious. He's looking sus over there.
Yeah, that guy seems hella sus.
As the message stated, for now we are here under the auspices and authority of one who has been born and walked among the Lathe Worlds, and of a rogue trader. The quest for knowledge is what concerns me here. The Inquisition will not bend its power over him, but, well, as I so kindly explained to him, so he has so kindly reminded us. It is annoying bureaucracy.
Oh god, we're gonna get through this entire planet just by sending emails.
That'd be incredibly cool. Let's do that.
But it is my opinion that we should make a show of our not only our neutrality, but the guise under which we have come. And so the banner of the rogue trader's house will go second behind the banner of the cog and wheel. We need not flash the banner of the Inquisition here. It might send the wrong message. Appearance is important. I will attach the banners to my servo skulls.
Look, guys, we're also followers of the Omnissiah. Isn't the Omnissiah just the fucking best?
Yeah, and this is not a deception either. Eloa generally is here under the auspices of the quest for knowledge, and in her mind, she completely agrees that this is not an inquisitorial matter.
On Narcia things, there is no such thing as a matter that doesn't belong to the Inquisition, but he also recognizes this is the fucking Adeptus Mechanicus we're talking about. And we'll just defer to your better
Yeah,
judgment.
this is like a very much a pick your battles sort of issue right here.
And she's also really
Yeah.
mad about those two Warhound Titans.
And besides, we're being very neutral. We're the Swiss. Just here to grab your money and go.
Sadly, we don't have the most perfectly defensible country almost on the planet.
Yet.
Switzerland is really hard to get into, guys.
Yeah.
So, for Dravica then.
Sounds good to me.
Oh.
All right. Yes. Rubius has furnished you with a convertible rail car. It is fitted with mag propulsion for when you are travelling over mag rails, and deployable tracks for when you have to go off and forge your own path. Fortunately, you do not have to go through the front lines to get to Fort Dravica. There's no need to test any of the militant priests' commitment to respecting neutrality. You can just go around.
Yeah, thank God. I do not want to be fragged.
Yeah, let's not just cut a path through the front lines, shall we? Let's hang a left.
But even avoiding the fighting, you're still unable to avoid the evidence of it. It's great battalions and regiments of tech guard, either on foot or on the Mechanicum's many esoteric vehicles. Chicken walkers, alongside tanks, the rare hovering machine, and at once a knight, clearly freshly returned from the front line, its gun arm missing at the socket, stands overseeing a column making its way towards Forge Enzio. As you move towards, as you reach the outskirts of Forge Ravica, the rail car will indicate that it has been flagged about a dozen times by automated systems, and they have all accepted its IFF rather than greeting it with heavy las or missile fire. And can move in towards the center of the forge. There are concentric rings, walking platforms, and then great banks of flowing magma powering and illuminating the foundries. And I should probably drag tokens over, shouldn't I?
It's not like there's going to be any combat here. So,
I mean, there probably
holy-
isn't, but
That guy's fucking floating. Look at him.
it's-
All of these backgrounds are amazing.
I put in quite a bit of work for finding good ones. Yes. As a rail car reaches a disembarkation station, you can see attendant magi floating high above, overseeing the workings of the forge, both in craftsmanship and in ensuring if it is brought into the battle, it will be ready. As you disembark, a servo skull will just descend from one of the buildings and beep at you repeatedly. Beep, 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 beep. After a few more moments of beeping, it just extends a small arm in which is clutched a little communicator.
I'll pick it up with one of my mechadentrals.
The voice that comes from it is grinding and steely. It sounds more like turning cogs than anything that is ever remotely human. Just for the sake of my throat, I'm not going to try to actually do it, but just like someone took death metal a bit literally. That sort of voice.
Well, you know, You're a little smarter than Scout who did the El Franco voice for like 3 hours today.
That
Yeah.
no way.
Franco.
Il Franco.
If you don't use a very specific technique to do that, that's gonna fuck up your larynx.
Yep.
Oh no.
Greetings, Adept. Oh, greetings, Tech Executor Delta Omicron. Forgive the imprecision of this communique. Please follow my servo skull.
As you wish, Magos Domini.
It winds its way along various walkways and paths, moving ever further into the forge until actually it comes to a ramp leading up. To the top, there is a arched door that slowly slides upwards to the building above, and from within crawls a gigantic figure. In height, he is easily twice any of you, and his body extends lengthways several meters. His robes dragging on the ground behind. Past that, and you can see hundreds, not thousands, little mechanical legs whirring beneath him, propelling his every movement. And along his back are unmistakably weapon pods. And not just for ordinary weapons, no. The Majus Dominus appears to have as much armament as a company of tanks.
My Lord Magos, I am Tech Executor Eloa Delta Omicron of Lay the World Hesh. It pains me to greet you in such an inauspicious time for your world.
Indeed. Oh, it pains me deeper to have it so rent. I witnessed your communique. You come from... You have been seconded to the Inquisition.
As my lords ordered, so do I obey. Every cog in the machine must fulfill its duty, but I am not here under the auspices of the Inquisition. This matter belongs to those who follow the quest of knowledge. Such an august company to be sure, but the Inquisition knows nothing of these secrets, and aside from that, we are alien hunters.
part of a gigantic figure nods. And you can see just huge jets of steam coming from either shoulder as he does. In that simple movement, stressing his pneumatics almost to breaking point. It pleases me that you speak so plainly. Then I must ask, what did bring you here? If it was not the Inquisition, I am not a believer in coincidence, and it would be nothing but coincidence if attempting to acquire weapons and armament was to be all that brought you to Vindalex.
Aside from stripping myself of more of the true flesh, and providing my cohorts with better arms and armament to better hunt the alien and their machines, I also came here to be judged before those who are my superior. I have dedicated myself and have taken upon my body much of the true flesh, and I came to see if the time was correct for ascension through the ranks.
You wish to be initiated into the highest mysteries. I see. The Omnissiah has sent you, and the dispute of the fabricators is to be your trial.
Since I stepped foot upon the world, I realized that rather than a normal trial, my crucible will be one of soul and sanctity.
Once more he nods. Once more the gout of steam comes. Good. It would be unbecoming to resist his holy purposes. When I first received your message, I had come to a resolution, but now it is redoubled. This conflict has cost the lives of the Omnissiah's god machines. That leaves the Forge world unable to, at a reduced capability for self-defense and for fulfilling our obligations in pursuing the quest of knowledge elsewhere. Will you accept a charge, Techno-Executor?
As you will, Magos Dominus.
Then by mine authority, I charge you with the task of finding the truth of that which is buried in the graveyard of Titans. Determine if it is sanctified or not, and resolve the dispute of my world. Do so in the Omnissiah's name. Follow the grace of the machines, and be perfect with your efficiency. And then you will have proven your worthiness to ascend to the higher mysteries.
My path lay clear then. My crucible revealed to me. I have only one request, Magos Dominus.
A single, surprisingly organic hand emerges from within his robe and he gestures for you to go on.
I will give you the means of locating me. If I fall, ensure that the machine spirits bound to me are removed and given to others more worthy. As for the crude biomatter, dispose of it, or leave it to rot.
Indeed, it shall be done. Should you fall, you will live on, providing his grace to the next generation. And I shall not be so cruel as to permit your organic remnants to decay. They shall be put to use. And he gestures towards towards one of the foundries. Even the organic can burn as his fuel to forge the true flesh.
Then nothing shall be left to waste. I thank you, my lord.
Nods. And a final note. When the truth is found, whichever fabricator it is found against may prove reticent to accept it. If you have sufficient proof, I possess command authority over 97.5% of this planet's military forces.
I understand. And our ship in orbit has macro batteries.
The Fabricator General possesses void shields, as do both primary forges.
I understand.
you have any questions, if there is any matter in which I can provide clarity, I invite them.
Did the Fabricator General reveal any more information to you than he would have revealed to the others?
Indeed. He tilts his head slightly. Now the gout of steam is accompanied by a jet of flame from another exhaust manifold. Have you been informed as to the nature of the relic uncovered?
From all that I know, it is the majority of an STC, not a fragment, but for a warlord titan. And she'll gesture. All of these accompanying me have been informed and described the magnitude of what this could mean for the Imperium.
Permit me to provide clarity in that, then. Oh, turn his, just... When he turns to the rest of you, it isn't just his head or even his upper body. He just has to scuttle the entirety of his form to look at you. And he speak in low Gothic now. The relic uncovered, the STC. The only component missing is its ability to create the warlords autonomously. It contains every known variation that has ever been cited in this segmentum. It merely requires interfacing with a forge, and we shall have a greater ability to produce warlords than even Mars.
Pardon me, Lord. Did you say this STC can produce the Titans itself?
No, that is its missing component. Ah, of course, you are not initiated. A fully complete STC contains all of the information required to construct a mechanism and the ability to fabricate the tools required to construct it and then utilize those tools. It simply requires a tech priest to command its machine spirit to act.
Juno nods slowly. I see. Thank you for clarifying. I see now why the war is going on.
She'll, to anyone other than Narcia, this won't seem any different than normal when she's speaking binary, but to the Primus and Narcia, it's just random code. And then the very heart of an STC. I I did not know that was possible. I have never heard of such a thing, even where I come from.
They have been found in the past. The esteemed Archmagus Land, for instance, had a knack for their discovery. They are,
Oh,
however,
okay.
in, uh, they are rare enough that I understand your shock.
The last time I heard of anything such as this was more than 7 millennia ago.
$2.615 millennia is the last since I experienced it last.
The magnitude is even greater than what I had assumed. The dispositions of each of the contenders for this world, what are each of them like? Did they ever show any sense of radicalism?
Hold a moment, Tech Executor. There was more in regards to your first question.
And her eyes will just widen. Wasn't quite certain. There could be more after, that.
Before his announcement, the Fabricator General made a personal request to me for the lend of every Texorcist within my forge. He will, I'm going to DM you this bit.
Okay. I guess I won't talk while you're writing then. Well, talk to you specifically. Doot, doot. No, I had something I wanted to save it, but completely forgot.
Hang on. Switch to Technolingua for that.
I had wondered. I was... How to put it for the rest of mine? I was judged and found a place within the order. Mine is Locus. That means that I have the spiritual position of looking to the tides of logic and the predictions for where things will likely go. Mine was not given over to the power of the Texorcists. I doubt any of you know what that is. They are specialists, holy figures that can purge a afflicted machine spirit of any melee. To requisition every single one. That answers one of our questions.
Have they returned or sent any report back?
No,
That is
Quar-
troubling.
death, then quarantine. Of course, this may not mean that the STC itself is corrupted. There may be other forces at play here. And that is our task. Discover the truth and save this world from its own schism. Does anyone have... Okay. I'm gonna ask about the disposition of the two opposing leaders, but if anyone has anything else to ask, brew it up now.
Is there any way for the this guy's Dominus to get in touch with his exorcists? Are they just or failing that, can he talk to the general and find out what happened? Just ask him.
Savin, would you like to roll scrutiny on him?
Sure.
It's +0.
Roll to squint.
While he is a machine guy, it
Fate to get a +10.
sure. Yeah. While he is a machine guy, he is making it about as obvious as a machine guy possibly can. Actual, basically visible shows of emotion. Yeah. When he was talking about them, whatever he switched to Technolingua to say to Eloa, he was quite something he was quite emotional about, and upset about. It's, well, whatever happened to them, he is not happy. He is a sad siege tank.
And this was right when they were talking about the missing exorcists?
Yes. It, with that many degrees of success, he probably just doesn't want to have to say it in people. It's likely, in fact, he told Eloa, and she's just not bringing it up bringing it up, and people speak out of respect.
In that case, Juno will frame her question as, is there any way for you to get in touch with the general and ascertain the truth of the matter, the truth of this heresy, if it exists?
I have lines of communication. However, he is proven unwilling to discuss the exact happenings. He implores for my trust, which he pauses briefly. In any other circumstance, I would say he would have earned it many times over.
I understand. Then may I ask one more question? Doctrinal. I believe there is amongst the cult Mechanicus a commandment not to create a thinking machine, yes? One that simulates the human mind. This STC, if it does what the Fabricator General claims, would that itself be a violation, or is it itself a device too holy to worry about such things?
A pure STC is not a thinking machine. It is a knowing machine. As I stated, it does not act without a tech priest to direct it. It must be commanded to create or to cease its creation. It can perform every aspect of construction alone, but the guiding will comes from without, from an ordained servant of the Omnissiah.
I understand. Thank you. Juno is going to turn to Eloa and put a hand on her shoulder. Are you okay?
It doesn't matter. This is my crucible, one I shall see through. Tell me, Majos Dominus, what is the disposition of the Fabricator General?
In his youth, he embodied curiosity, that which is both a virtue and a vice.
Was he an explorator?
He requested the assignment. It was denied to him. Instead, he was appointed to the school of Logis. He sated his curiosity upon our world in the depths of our librarians and in fulfilling his duty. As he grew, he fell more into the standard archetype. Though he still is bound to whimsy.
And of his former disciple, I suppose. The one who stood behind him.
Damocles was groomed from birth to replace the former master of the prefecture magisterium. However, her aptitudes were greater. She excelled in all fields. As such, when the time came for her initiation to the higher mysteries, she was appointed Fabricator Locum with a 70% vote. On the same day, she first wielded the Rod of Office. I don't think you need a scrutiny roll here. You can just detect a slight hint of bitterness and disapproval.
Alrighty. Curious, but accepted his fate, and energetic, but callow.
More competent than that assessment gives her, but its heart is accurate. In another 3 centuries, she would have been appropriate for her position.
I understand. She'll her mechadentrals and mechadendrites will slowly wave as she thinks. I thank you for your assessment. Does anyone else have anything to ask of the honored Magos?
I'm not gonna ask him about the dead kids. Not directly. I know better than that.
Then our own quest for knowledge has begun. We must find out the truth of things. And if the STC is pure, to raise it up to the Imperium. But if it has been corrupted by the alien or others, then as much as it breaks my heart to say, it must be purged. These are the edicts by which we have sworn our oath. Mine to the Adeptus Mechanicus, and most of the rest of you to the Ordo Xenos. By your leave, Major Stominus.
He nods. If there are any material requisitions that would aid you, gesture and the servo skull will give a little bob. Inform me. The late Archmagus will accompany you.
And I will give a nod.
Merz, it's so hard for me not to do something absolutely retarded here. You have no idea.
Tell me what it is.
What have you done with my dead kids, you motherfucker?
They're what?
I didn't understand any of that.
What have you done with my dead packs? I'm on the side.
I mean, debt packs would probably be easy for you.
You'd be surprised.
If you have logic trained, I think it would be fairly easy to figure out that, yeah, they are meeting their quota. They are meeting their quota exactly. They aren't sending out any spares that could make their way onto the market.
I don't suppose that they would have a integrated weapon from the Lathe worlds lying about. Like, say, a Lathe last rifle.
Oh, that's cute.
I mean, it's a good question, Stray. He does appear to have several heavy weapons integrated into him.
Do you have any weapons from my world?
Hmm. No, but I am familiar with their techniques. Do you believe you will need to engage in direct combat against either the Fabricator General or Fabricator Locum and their forces?
Perhaps not, but we do not know what lies beyond the quarantine area. And that is likely where we will end up.
Hmm. I will craft something suitable for you. It may not be as you are familiar with, but the Omnissiah will guide my hands in its creation.
I will bow. My eternal thanks. Now then, my my fellow travelers on the quest for knowledge, shall we? There's much work to be done.
Hold. While your request will take me some time, can just see his his selection of eyes just zooming in on Baltus. Your comrade is inadequately equipped. Will you permit me to lend you a suit of carapace armor for him?
That would be most appreciative. Slap him on something other than fucking flak armor. I swear to God, we're gonna roll up to this STC and it's just gonna be an STC covered in Necron jizz, and that's why everything's fucked up.
See, but then you could clean it off and start making Warlord Titans. and I feel like you know me well enough that you can't do that much good.
But the thing is, Merzendi, that if a Primarch couldn't get Necrodermis off of his hands, then I highly doubt that we'd be able to get Necrodermis off of a box.
Oh, that's not Necron jizz. It's like Necron flesh bits.
Oh.
Point stands?
Say again, sorry, Winter?
I said her point stands?
Eh. But if it's just Necron jizz, then that's just the crystals that have grown on it.
Okay, okay, fine. So a Necron fucked itself to death on the STC. Like, I 100% know that we're not going to get this STC, and we probably won't even be able to cover a small fraction of it. But, I mean, it's worth looking at. And then maybe shooting into the sun. Or back to the Eye of Terror. Or we could trade it to Trazen for Nito gadgets. And we'll just have him promise that you won't mind Shackle Scarabus. He keeps his promises, you see. All the time.
He's better at them than most people in setting.
He really is, actually.
Yeah. So, anything else anyone would like to ask Theodoric, or ask Theodoric to lend them?
A hell frost piston. No.
Do you want cryo grenade, Savin?
Yes, but only to throw on Cass next time she gets lit on fire.
Yeah.
Are there like
you-
fire
you-
extinguisher grenades?
Grenades? No, at least not that I'm aware of. Cryo grenades get quite a bit colder than that.
Yeah, no.
Fine. Just accept death. Feel its warm embrace in the flames of redemption and come back with a dex bag that'll never be hit by a template weapon again.
But yeah, if you did want to, ask either him or Rubius to, get Cass her skin back,
Oh,
you
yes.
could definitely do that. So, she can join you for the next bit of the investigation.
Yes, I would like to borrow a Biologus or something to that effect. Get my best friend repaired.
Oh. Well, the thing is, since he was a weapon guy, I didn't think he'd actually have that ability.
And he might have
Yeah,
somebody on his
but-
staff.
Remember, Stray, he did say he has command authority over 97.5% of
Oh,
the
yeah,
planet.
you're right. Let's also make her into a sexy robot.
No, I'm just gonna ask for skin to stretch back over her. Just get her back in tip-top shape, nice and creamy.
You can do that. Agree to send someone up to look at her. Just to let you know, she's not going to just want regular skin. She's going to ask for slightly fire retardant skin.
That's probably for the best, yeah. Just have a nice layer of asbestos tucked right under there. Just pack the chesticles in with it.
That's gonna get awful leech.
Alright. But yeah, anything else? If not, then I'll give you a couple of minutes to talk amongst yourselves, and then we'll call it.
The situation on this planet is dire. I'm gonna miss them.
I think we've covered all the points we needed to, right?
Yep.
A whisper. Aside from. Okay. Well, when we're out of sight and out of mind of the Magus Dominus, 30 minutes after an announcement of quarantine, the vital signs of all the Texorcists went dark.
Can we assume that they were terminated?
But no, 30 minutes before, not after. Sorry. So basically, before the announcement of quarantine, all of the Texorcists, their vital signs went null.
Something bad happened. Something incredibly bad happened.
Yeah, and the thing is, it might not just be the SDC. We don't know what's going on, and we know that Merzendi is very wily, and she does enjoy herself red herrings.
Would it be too optimistic to just assume it was someone jamming their signal to try to steal the SDC?
Could be that. Could be fucking literal men of iron. It could be Necrons. It could be the STC actually, pulled a fucking Star Trek and, it became sentient. We have no idea.
Now, let me tell you about them Necrons. They suck.
Yeah, don't fight Necrons. It's not a good idea.
If it's Necrons, this planet will have far bigger problems than we can personally deal with. If it's abominable intelligences, well, I think that is well within the capabilities of the local garrison if they decide to stop shooting at each other. However, there is also the distinct possibility that we might face something here from the dark age of humanity. Something that we don't have in any of our databases. That is by far the most terrifying thought. See, we know about Necrons. We know about AI. We know about all these types of threats. Where we find something we're not familiar with. This is over in STC after all. What if... No. What I'm thinking about falls in the jurisdiction of Ordo Malleus. And let us hope that their services never become necessary. Well, for one, I hope it's just abominable intelligences. That would be by far the easiest threat to deal with. We simply stomp out the renegade tech forces, swoop in. We give a final look-see over SDC, and bada bing bada boom, it's done.
Bada bing, bada boom.
And nothing.
And then
It's
I
just
can
that.
replace a bunch of my blood with, microsurgeons, and then rip out parts of me, and then put on a gun, and also have my heart surgically removed and replaced with, mechanical parts.
I just want to have a mechanical heart.
Merzendi's
Not
back.
penguin.
Oh, were you waiting on me?
Oh no, I was
Oh.
fapping. I'm not waiting for anyone.
I thought you
Sorry.
had.
When you and Snippy started talking, I did leap up to quickly grab a drink, but no, for the most part, I've just been listening to you.
Oh, okay. I think we ticked the first one.
Yeah, you
Yeah.
you'll just have to put up with him. You
He's
have
such a loud boy.
definitely explored new and interesting locations, a couple of them. Did you uncover a new truth about the Gothic sector?
There's an STC here.
A big one.
Yep. Did you develop a relationship with an important NPC?
I don't really. I don't really think the Dominus would count. A
I don't know.
mentor relationship, maybe. I don't know.
It seems like we're establishing one with this guy. Seems cool. I like him.
Or is that one that you're gonna want us to cash in later on?
I don't do it like Savin. You don't need to you don't need to go so far as to make him a lasting ally to have developed a relationship with him. You can in fact score the same person multiple times as you build one
Okay.
up.
Merz, I was this close to getting that mega on the bed to get that long-lasting alliance.
Yes, you can count him. Did you discover a new page in the PC's story?
Eloa's charge to, or the charge he gave to Eloa, rather.
Would that
Yep.
count? Okay.
Yep, that would absolutely count. She has had her trial presented to her to determine whether she's fit to be a magus or not. It's quite a strenuous one. Alright, and I think you definitely advanced your investigations quite a bit. Which means we don't even need to wonder if you made a sacrifice of the greater good, you just get 500 XP.
Yeehaw.
So 18,200.
Yep.
Nice. All right. Well, if you're watching on stream or YouTube, thanks for tuning in. Hopefully 70 will be tomorrow. Fingers crossed. Till then, adios.